question. Any tips for someone just entering the workforce but is more of an introvert? So Chad will have to sound out on this one because I know there's a couple of strong introverts in the audience, and I welcome their input because we have a long, ongoing argument about me, which is, am I an introvert or an extrovert? Um, and I won't go too much into that. You guys can decide. I'm what they call an ambivert. I sit in the middle. I do not like working a cold room with people I don't know. If you drop me into a party, I like to stand against the wall and wait. But I don't mind talking all the time. Um, I don't mind talking to people once I know them. And I love to talk to people in a context like this where I have something to share. So, my point there that's useful to you is even introverts uh, can be comfortable in certain circumstances. And so you're going to need to find what circumstances can you have successful social interaction that are comfortable for you. And interviewing can be very hard in that sense because if you're an introvert, I've talked about this in interviewing before. We're really here about job search, but when you need to interview, it is about human interaction. The way you interact with your interviewer is hugely influential. And in fact, a lot of good science. This is a little bright. I'm going to just turn that down a bit. There we go. All right. So, anyone who's an introvert, oh, yeah, that's much nicer. Anyone who's an introvert, you're going to have to be able to influence successfully in your interview because people will rule you out, unfortunately, based on their interaction. There's good evidence that what people do is they shake your hand, they size you up, their lizard brain makes up their mind whether or not you're part of their tribe, and then they spend the next 45 minutes or an hour feeling like they're getting data, but really just reaffirming their opinion. Getting more and more comfortable because once you decide what you want to find in someone, it's really easy to find. And so that first impression does matter. Now, if you're an introvert, I just gave you really bad news. But I see 40 pink dragons here. Interview equals being very, very prepared. That's right. Don't get thrown off your game because if you're already managing your energy to interact with someone, thank you for the follow, Rustum MS. If you're already managing your energy to interact successfully with the person, you don't want to be caught unprepared. And at this point, Glassdoor, Google, Blind, if you can get in it, will tell you what kind of interview questions the company asks, what to expect. Or if you've networked in through LinkedIn, the previous point, you'll have someone who can explain the interview to you. And at that point, you're prepared.